now tuned into the biggest ever. YMCMB, Tunchi Lee, Young Angel, Young Lion, man. Y'all boys get on the track with Onika Mirage and y'all still dying, man. What's up? We in this bitch. This ain't gonna be the first time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. Seen more plaques than 2 brushes. Until I'm at the pearly white gates, I gotta move something, do something. All meetings happen in person, so they can't prove nothing. No, they ain't.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yo, what's going on, folks? What's going on? I'm sorry for being late, man. I'm sorry for showing up late. Had a little bit of difficulties, but we here. We here, boy. We here. Shout out to boxing, man. Yo, it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. I mean, you know, you like it when you get a little bit of drama, you get a little bit of upsets, you get a little bit of adversity. Man, this is what we want to see. This is a great week of boxing. Great weekend of boxing, and I think really it just comes down to what are these guys gonna do next, man? I mean, I'm ready to see more from these guys. Keyshawn Davis, Jerome Boots Ennis, Bam Rodriguez, Emma Williams. Who else was on the card? Ray Ford at 130. You know, Khalil Cole, can he come back? I mean, these guys, man. Troy Isley, is he ready for the title holders? These are the things that these fights have definitely moved forward for us. And sorry, by the way, I'm sick again, man. I think I gotta go to the doctor. But I'm definitely gonna try to get through this stream. Shout out to my wife, man. It's our 6th year wedding anniversary today. I had to work, man, so I'm a bad husband, but she holds me down. She keeps me good, takes care of me, makes sure I'm good, man. And I love what we got, man. It's all love. But shout out to everybody out there, man. We're going to get right into it. We're going to start with, I think we'll start with Keyshawn, the businessman. He definitely put on a display. You know, shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man. You know, this guy came in like 6-7 pounds overweight. And Keyshawn made easy work. You know, this is the same guy who Richard Hitchens had extreme troubles with at 140. And, you know, everybody was like, oh, he's bringing him down. But Lemos, he's fought most of his career. Like, he's had fights at 35. So it wasn't really like bringing him down. But, sorry. But basically, it was Lemos was supposed to be, you know, Keyshawn's test, and even Top Rank didn't want Keyshawn to take this fight for his homecoming. I'm sure they had other opponents on the list, but Keyshawn said, bring him on. And Keyshawn did what he did best, man. Like, this is why I like Keyshawn Davis. You know, he steps to opponents. He makes fights interesting. You know, he could choose to stay on the back foot, stay on the outside, but he is a gritty fighter. Very good inside fighter. And he's the type of dude who's going to be in the kitchen the whole fight. That's why I like Keyshawn Davis, man. And then now he's kind of taking on his mantle because Shakur Stevenson is left. He's filling the spot. Actually, he filled it pretty much perfectly. You can feel it because he's selling out arenas in Virginia, and just like Shakur was on free TV, and he got top level competition. And, you know, they're talking about him fighting for a title next against Baranchek. So he can be like a Shakur Stevenson fill-in at 35, man. And that's all good news for Top Rank because, you know, Shakur Stevenson leaving was a blow. We didn't really know who their next superstar would be. I mean, they still got Teofimo Lopez over there. They still got Abdullah Mason, but he's very young. They got Emiliano Vargas, young guy too. Richard Torres. Like, they got names over there, but a lot of them are young. A lot of them are not ready to go chase belts. A lot of those guys are not ready to start contending over at Top Rank. So Keyshawn Davis is filling that void for Top Rank after losing Shakur Stevenson. He's filling that void like it's nothing. They happy over there right now. They're like, yo, we found our next guy, man. This is easy peasy. So shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man. He definitely showed up and showed out. Stepped right to Lemos. didn't show any flaws. But he didn't get touched up much in that fight. And that's the thing about Keyshawn. He gets in there and makes it a fight, fights in the pocket, and I think he like that. That was my whole thing with him in like the Richard Hitchens fight. Richard Hitchens, sorry. He lacks inside game, Richard Hitchens, and I felt like when the fight got close, Lemos definitely was getting the better of it, and that's why a lot of people said, Hitchens was clinching a lot in the fight because he didn't know how to deal with the pressure. With Keyshawn Davis, we saw what he was doing, man. He wasn't too far away to land, but he wasn't too close in to smother his punches. He was in perfect range the whole fight. Sorry. And like that's what you want to see as a pocket fighter. So he definitely he has the style that Lemos can't deal with because Lemos needs to get inside. He's a small guy. But Keyshawn Davis is an excellent inside fighter. So for me off the top, man, I was on the Boxing Voice last week. Shout out to Nestor Gibbs. And I said, nah, Keyshawn gonna stop him. They were kind of like, what? But I was looking at it like Keyshawn knows this is it. This is his time. This is his moment. Shakur's gone. They're giving him a hometown fight. He sold the place out. You got Michael Vick showing up. You got Pusha T showing up. You got people from your hometown that are special showing up. And, all the writings on the wall. You on ESPN Plus. You the headliner. This is what it is, man. This is now or never. So I knew Keyshawn Davis, like, he's been on the Olympic stage, Olympic silver medalist. He's fought in all them big tournaments and won. This guy is made for the stage, man, already. He's already been on some of the biggest stages. So it was just a matter of him getting his opportunity and getting in there and winning. But he's definitely also easier on the eyes than Shakur Stevenson, if you guys know what I mean. Like, if you guys look at boxing, especially if you looked at this weekend, the styles are changing, bro. What's in demand is changing. It is weird because the fans are gonna sit here and say, well, Abdullah Mason got touched up too much. Well, Abdullah Mason do what you guys say you want fighters to do. He's not running. He's stepping right to people. We're gonna talk about Abdullah later. Well, back to Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn Davis is the truth. He's grown on me because I wasn't really, because of the Andy Cruz thing, I wasn't high on him. I didn't think he would how do you say it, blossom into this star so quickly. But Keyshawn Davis is like, he's in a weird spot because he's 26. So he's like older than Abdullah, so he's above that. But then he's like younger than Tank and Dev, and I think he's the same age as Dev. But he's younger than Tank and Shakur, so he's like right under them. So he's in that weird spot. But shout out to him, man. He called out Tank Davis at the end of that fight, and that's what you need to do. You need to show people that you want smoke with the top dudes. So I'm happy for that he called him out. That's the best way to do it, brother. If you want these big fights, you got to call these guys by name. You can't be saying, oh, yeah, I'll take anybody in the division. No, just start calling dudes out by name. Just start the call-outs, man. And people saying that he's not ready, that's all right. He probably going to get a title shot next. And then what we going to say? He's still not ready? You know what I mean? Like, we got to embrace these guys while they still here, man. We want to see Tank fight some people. Who Tank going to fight next after Lamont Roach? We don't know. Unless he go up to 140, which would be good. Because I've been saying that all his big fights are at 140. Like, 140 is hot right now. But Keyshawn Davis applying that pressure, I like it. I really like it, man. I think Keyshawn Davis is the truth. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis for doing what he did for his city, putting everybody on. That's how you do it, man. You sell out the arena. You get your sisters to sing the national anthem. You get your mom to be the manager so she get a cut of your purse. That's how you put on for your city, man. You got everybody coming back in. You got the tourism coming in the city to watch you fight. that's what you do for your town, man. So shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man. He definitely put on a great show. After talking all week, telling Lemos he was gonna F him up, and he did. He stopped him, man. He stopped him. Lemos was out. So it was a good, for me, it was a good win for Keyshawn. Lemos coming off a good showing against Richard Hitchens, who's very highly regarded. Richard Hitchens fighting for a title next month. So Lemos gave him troubles. A lot of people thought Keyshawn wasn't going to be able to get the stoppage. But I felt like it was the big moment for Keyshawn. And I felt like he was going to take full advantage of it. And even with Lemos coming in 6 pounds overweight, Keyshawn said, let's go. Let's still fight. And he got the job done, man. Lemos, I think, was 154 fight night. So he was a big guy. Like, he blew right up. And you know, it's crazy because Keyshawn didn't make no excuses. He still wanted to fight, got the fight, and he went in there and got the job done. And you know what would have happened had he lost the fight? People would have blamed the weight. People would have said he should have canceled the show and this and that. But Keyshawn Davis went ahead with it. Keyshawn Davis remains victorious. And now we want to see him in with some title contenders. You know, some guys who have belts. You know, Baranchik, Lomachenko. He says he's not going to fight Shakur, but Tank Davis is also there. So, I mean, there's options. There's options, you know, for Keyshawn. And it'll be interesting to see how Top Rank moves him in the first quarter of next year, because I think that's when he'll return. If not, then I don't know. I don't know when he returns in, but I think he returns in the first quarter. All right, next topic. Jerron Boots Ennis. He got the win. But was he exposed? Or was this just Karen coming in with a new style, mixing things up? It's hard to know, man. It's hard to know because I like Jerron Boots Ennis. You know, I'm a big fan of his style. I'm just not a fan of his fans. Yo, Jerron Boots Ennis fans, they just really like talk this dude like he was Roy Jones. That's what they said. He was Roy Jones, the second coming. And I think people really forgot how dominant Roy Jones was. Man, Roy Jones Jr. was just destroying the competition when he was fighting. It wasn't even like, you guys got to show me Jerron Boots Ennis' James Toney. Cause Roy Jones beat him. I'm pretty sure Roy Jones beat him before he had 30 fights. So Roy Jones, like, y'all just need to calm down with it, man. But Jerron Boots Ennis is gonna be good. You know, he's gonna be good. He's a talented dude. He has crazy reflexes. His counter punching is amazing. I just think sorry. I just think Jerron Boots Ennis lacks power. You know, he couldn't get the stoppage against Karen. He got the knockdown, which was great, but he couldn't get the stoppage. But I don't think he's got the power to go up to 54 and stop guys. And it's weird because he's got a 90% KO ratio. But I'm not gonna say it's flawed, but you know what I mean? I just think the 90% KO ratio is not really there, man. What's going on, Adrian? Coming to Rozeki versus man, probably not, bro. I think my wife and I are closing the house. So I don't even know if I'm gonna go to Florida this year. I usually go to Florida every year. So I think we'll just be trying to get the house ready, man. But yeah. Sorry, yeah. So Boots Ennis, back to him. I don't think he's a hype job. People are saying he's a hype job. I don't think that. I think Jerron Boots Ennis is also a prisoner of you fans. You know, he's not running around the ring. He's staying in the pocket and exchanging with dudes because you guys, when he starts boxing, gonna say that's boring. But it's funny because you guys also turn around and say, well, he's getting hit too much. Well, if you guys want guys to fight and exchange, they gonna get hit. Like it's just that obvious. They gonna get hit. And Jerome Boots Ennis obviously was not hurt from any of those punches. I think that, Boots Ennis, if anything, was showing us his chin, man. I'm not saying it's smart because you don't want to get hit, especially when you fight those guys at 54, that got big power like Virgil Ortiz, even Fundora, Bud Crawford. Those dudes are knockout artists. Now, granted, Boots Ennis will have power when he goes up too because he'll be bigger. But I think at the same time, he'll be a little bit different with those guys, with those names. I think he'll take it a little different. He'll move around the ring a little bit more because he understands the danger that comes with those names, and those guys are title contenders and title holders. It's just a different ball game. No disrespect to Karen, but he ain't no Virgil Ortiz. He ain't no Bud Crawford. He ain't no Fundora. Like, those dudes are a different animal. So I think if the move is to 54, then Jerome Boots Ennis, yes, he can't be getting hit like that, like he did last night. Because if he does, he's gonna get stopped. You guys, you big Boots fans that are calling this dude the next Roy Jones. Roy Jones was making people miss and then knocking them out. Call it what you want, but we saw what happened to Ruben Villa. Some guy we don't know from Mexico just flattened him in like 3 rounds. And Boots Ennis, I don't even know if Boots stopped him. I think he was in the 9th round, maybe he stopped him. So, ever since the competition has went up, obviously it happens to resistance. So Boots Ennis is not getting these knockouts, but he's also not hurting anybody, really. So it's tough, man. It's a tough place, but I think Boots Ennis is very, very skilled. And I'm not really worried about him at 54, to be honest, because I don't think he's going to be sitting in the pocket like that, taking those shots. I think he's going to use his feet a bit, and he's going to use his reflexes a whole lot more. So I'm not worried about Boots, man. Shout out to him for going to 154, because I've been saying that. He needs to move up because these other guys don't want to fight him. They're trying to box him out, which is weird. But shout out to Jerome Boots Ennis and Bozy. Because Bozy, he wanted undisputed at 147, but sorry, it's just not worth it. It's really just not worth it. Like, you beat Barrios, you beat Stanionis, and then you beat Norman Jr. I mean, yeah, you're undisputed, but you might miss names, especially now, like Tim Tszyu. He's up there. Earl Spence is there now. Terrence Crawford is your legacy fight if you can get him before he leaves. Sebastian Fundora is way more accomplished than the 47 guys. And who else is even more accomplished? Like, there's just other more attracting names there. Pretty much Xander Zayas is there. Virgil Ortiz is there. Even you look down the contenders, Brandon Adams, Charles Conwell. There's a lot going on at 154. It's a dangerous division. Matter of fact, let's pull it up, man, so we can see what's really going on. Like, 154 is in my opinion the most competitive division in boxing, because it's a division that I look at and I'm like, all right, there's a lot of guys in this division that can beat each other. And that's what boxing's all about, man. Watching the fight, seeing who could beat who. That's what we really want to see. So I think 154 with Boots in it definitely solidifies it as the best division in boxing. When you add Boots in there. So there we go. 154. You got Terrence Crawford at number 1. You got Backroom. He's at number 2 now with that stoppage over Tim Tszyu. He breaks off Tim Tszyu. Virgil Ortiz, Madrimov, who fought Crawford. Sergey Boachuk fought Virgil Ortiz. Sebastian Fundora, Xander Zayas, Tim Tszyu, Brandon Adams is up there. Jorge Garcia Perez. I'm not aware of him. He's number 10. Jesus Ramos Jr., Charles Conwell, Josh Kelly, Baru. Shout out to Sukhdeep Singh and Jonas Tellis. Yep, Callum Walsh. A lot of young dudes. And you know who's not even here? Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo's not even here. So if Jamel Charlo gets back in the game, that's another guy, man. That's another guy we got to look at and say, okay, Jermell Charlo, because he's going to be champion in recess, so he'll get an automatic shot at Terrence Crawford if he comes back. So that'd be a good fight for Terrence Crawford. But Boots Ennis to 154, I'm with it, man. Boots Ennis saying that he wasn't motivated for Karen. Yeah, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that at all, because he was the one talking about he was going to do better. He was going to stop him, this and that. And it's in front of your hometown, man. How you not motivated? Like, you're in the Wells Fargo, the biggest arena in your city. You're selling it out. How you not motivated? I don't believe it. It's an excuse. But it is what it is. Shout out to my guy, Bam Rodriguez. Yo, shout out to Bam, man. Are we watching greatness? Because I think so, man. Bam Rodriguez is him. He's one of the best fighters, man. Jesse Rodriguez is one of the best fighters out right now. If you don't watch those small divisions, I say watch Bam Rodriguez, watch Gento Nakatani, and then of course the one most people know, Naoya Inoue. Those guys are box office, man. But here's why I'm asking if we watching greatness, man. Because Bam Rodriguez, he's only 24 years old. He's only 24. 21-0, 14 KOs. For a little guy, 66 KO ratio, that's like great. He's a southpaw. And you just look at the names on his resume. Estrada, Sonny Edwards, Israel Gonzalez. You got more. You got Carlos Cordeas. Sorry about that, yo. My Spanish is bad. But he got names at 24. Like, I look at Bam Rodriguez and I'm like, man, this is what my favorite fighter's supposed to be doing. And Bam Rodriguez is only going to get better and better. And the fact that he called out Inoue and said he'll fight Inoue and Nakatani at some point, that got me excited, man. Because Bam Rodriguez is thinking about legacy. Legacy, man. He's not like these other dudes talking about money and Ferraris and I need this and that. No, Bam Rodriguez wants all the belts. He want to go down as one of the best to ever do it. And I respect that, man. I respect it because, you know, when Bam Rodriguez is done, we're going to talk about him as one of the great little guys ever. This dude is covering so much ground at 24 years old. Like, yo, man, it's crazy. I don't know how much further he moves up. But Bam Rodriguez, he had a big knockout last night. I don't know if I'll get flagged for playing it, but shout out to the Zone. They might flag me for playing it. But Bam Rodriguez is definitely one of the dudes in the game that is going to be remembered forever, man. Because, like I said, what he's doing right now, you know, you guys want to talk about boots? Nah, Bam Rodriguez, what he's doing is definitely some of the best work in boxing, man. This guy is special. And it's no joke. Like, when you watch him fight, you watch his style. Robert Garcia's definitely got him doing special things in the ring. You know, this kid, man, at 24 years old, for him to be so intelligent in that ring, use it the right way, move around the ring the right way. You know, he's a real elite southpaw fighter, man. And this kid's non-stop pressure. I hope I don't get flat. I'm gonna try to play it. The zone, you know, they be tripping off some people sometimes, but we gonna play it.
And caught him on the opposite side of the southpaw space, so that kind of tweaks you a little bit different and hurts you in a certain manner.
Yeah, Concabar trying to escape.
Man, that's so much time to work with. We're only in round 3. Guevara trying to fight his way out of this trouble. But he gets close with a beautiful right uppercut.
That's a dangerous, beautiful shot.
Uppercut, bro. You can't, like, this kid is, man. And he want, yeah, Chocolatito is washed for real, but you know why they doing that. Because Bam's only 24, man. They're going to try to give him the legends before they retire. But he going to knock them all out. But he said he want the big dogs. He want Nakatani. He want Inoue. And I'm all for it, Bam. I'm all for the smoke, bro. I'm riding with Bam Rodriguez over both of them. Killers. Over both of them, man. Because he's like that. But yeah. Let's talk about Abdullah Mason. Yeah, he went through a little bit of adversity. You know, he was down twice in that first round. But the thing about Abdullah, he got off the deck and he stepped right to dude. It wasn't like no hesitation. Shout out to Abdullah Mason for that, man, because that was some gangster stuff right there, what he did. Abdullah Mason, obviously, young cat. Another dude who I think is a victim of y'all fans. He just stepping the dudes and trying to knock them out. Just like Boots, step to care and try to knock them out. And this is what's going to happen when you start stepping to people. You're going to get clipped, man. You're going to get hit because you're there to be hit. You know what I mean? It's not like they're moving in and out of range much. You know, shout out to Abdullah Mason, man. He's a hell of a fighter, man. You know, he was down twice, but he didn't look bad. And when I mean he didn't look bad, he didn't get up on shaky legs. I think the only issue I saw with it was he kept hooking with that guy. And it just looked like every time he hooked is when that guy landed clean and put him down. So they can clean that up. They can clean that up. He's got room. He's only 20 years old, man. He's got time. They can clean that up. But right now he can't be hooking with those hookers like that. No. He gonna get hit, man. He gonna get hit. He gonna get dropped.
Shakur Stevenson. Yeah.
But for now, he definitely gonna learn from that. You know, Abdullah Mason, he seems like a very level-headed kid. He's gonna watch that, man. They're gonna watch it. They'll sit down and watch it. They're gonna come back. Obviously, I think they gotta do more 8-rounders, and that's fine. I mean, maybe 2 more and then 10s. But he's ready. You know, he's ready in the sense of his mind, bro. His body still got to develop. He's a kid, 20 years old. He needs to get his man strength. And Abdullah Mason's going to be the future of boxing one day. I just wasn't these people that were just want to throw him in with Schofield and even Keyshawn. Like all these people, some people were talking ridiculous. Like, yeah, he's ready. He ain't ready for all that, bro. No. I don't even know if he's ready for any top contenders. Because if he's hooking with those dudes like that, they're going to knock him out. You know, them dudes is there to take you out. That's what they do. They try to kill the dream of the young guy, man. But shout out to Abdullah Mason. I got nothing bad to say about the kid. I like him. He's 20 years old. He's got room to grow. We can't sit here and just throw him away at 20 years old, man. He didn't even lose. You know what I mean? He got off the deck twice. We should respect dudes who get off the deck and then crush dudes. Like, he got off the deck. He didn't even just win. He stopped the other dude. Like, he knocked that dude out. So that should go to tell you something about Abdullah Mason and the heart that he's got. And I think Abdullah Mason is going to be the truth, man. I think he's a great fighter. I like what he brings to the table. kid's very tall, so I know he's gonna grow. Like he's gonna grow out, man. He might hit 54, 160 when it's all said and done. And looking at him, he can win titles in each division going up. So he can easily be a 4 division champ when it's all said and done. Maybe he has a talent enough to be at 68 when it's done. But Abdullah Mason is definitely one of those guys at Top Rank that they're looking at. They're like, yo, we just gonna slow down a bit because we don't need to rush you. You're 20 years old. You will be there, champ. You will be there. I think the whole world knows it. You know, he's probably, looking at the chops. He wants the big fights. I know he does. But we gotta see Abdullah grow into his body, man. Excuse me. Sick, bro. Sick as hell. But yeah, that's what it is with me. I gotta see him grow, man. Because I know once he gets that man strength, then he gonna be stopping dudes with one punch. Like, it ain't gonna be accumulation, but he mixes his punches up so well. And he sits right in the pocket too, just like Boots and Keyshawn Davis was. So he's there. And I think him just hooking with that guy was wrong because he was getting hit. But I got no complaints over it, to be honest. You need fights like that. You need to go through all the moments before you get to the big one. He was never really hurt. And I never saw Abdullah get up and have no legs. So I knew that it was mostly like flash knockdowns. And maybe that guy did have power. He had a lot of stoppages. So that guy did have power. But Abdullah Mason is not a hype job. We need to pump the brakes on him. He's still a kid. He's a 20-year-old fighting against grown men. We need to understand this kid is special. He's a prospect. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of fights because he's doing the old school fighter way. He's fighting a lot. Applaud him for that, for being like an old school fighter. Because that's what Abdullah Mason is cut from. So shout out to him, man. All the way from Canada. Wow, stand up. Next, Khalil Cole. He got stopped by the dude who lost to Pacheco. Khalil Cole, man, look. I didn't get to watch the fight. I forget what I think I was like just checking something, and everybody was like, yo, Khalil Cole is getting beat up. So I went back and I watched the highlights this morning, actually. And yeah, that was not what I predicted, because I thought Khalil Cole was on track to join some of the light heavyweight elites. He looked like he was the goods. And I'm not saying he's not the goods. Hold on. Let me stop right there. I'm just saying, like, the train's derailed, right? The train is taking a different route now. Like, he's got to go back and take a couple more fights, reestablish himself, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem with that. Khalil Cole, he didn't want to quit, bro. He kept going, and he was taking them knees. I don't know at what point in the fight. Well, it looked like he was controlling the fight the first 4 rounds. And then it was like he got clipped, just never recovered. And then, oh boy, like, he recognized that. And that's what I'm saying, when you're fighting contenders, they'll recognize that. And then he just started to pour it on. And he got the stoppage, bro. Stop Khalil Cole, which is crazy. But we need these type of upsets in boxing every once in a while. Just us as the fans, we can't throw away Khalil Cole because he's in a good light heavyweight division. We still want to see him mix it up with, Morrell and Benavidez and Anthony Yard, Joshua Buatsi. We still want to see those fights, and I think we got to see him in a way of, okay, let's see him fall back, get on that horse, get a couple wins, and then we can talk about him again. But yeah, I didn't watch the fight in real time, so I don't know what he was doing wrong, but I felt like, it was obviously another fight for him to win. Keep this train rolling. But he I don't know if he's overlooking this guy. This was a Diego Pacheco former opponent. And I think I read today Pacheco came out and said that was one of his toughest fights. That guy was tough, and he stopped him. Yo, man, some days it's not your day, man. And Khalil Cole, I feel like, you know, it wasn't his day, man. Him and Pacheco. Maybe that fight happens early now. But they are two matchroom fighters, so I doubt it that Eddie makes that fight. But shout out to Khalil Cole, man. Get back on that horse, bro. Take a little break. Get back in the gym. And get back on that horse, man. And get back to work. All right, my boy Ray Ford. Ray Savage 4. Shout out to Ray. Yo, man, I've been campaigning for him since he said he was going to 130. I was like, yo, he going to come in 130 and take all the belts. And then people were trying to tell me, especially when Tank announced he's fighting Lamont Roach. Oh, Lamont Roach is the best 30-pounder. I'm like, no, he ain't. My boy Ray Savage Ford, he positioned now in the WBA. Shout out to him. He positioned by winning that night. And we saw what he did to old boy. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Ray Savage Ford, he's just one of them dudes, man. Another dude who's a big stepper, steps right to guys. And definitely, he's got that style, bro. Like, he's a small guy, but combination puncher. And he puts the shots together so nicely when you watch, man. Shout out to Ray Ford. He uses that ring really, really well. He's so technically sound with his feet. You know, his fight against Nick Ball. Like, Nick Ball, I feel like Nick Ball is just a bad style for most people because he's going to make you fight ugly. And Ray Ford is a pretty fighter, man. He likes to fight pretty. You know what I mean? He likes to move downhill. And with Nick Ball, you're not doing that. Nick Ball is the ball guy. He's coming straight forward like a ball. You can't move downhill on him. And, you know, it was just a bad style matchup. But I think at 130, Ray Savage Ford beats him. And let's look at 130 because I know Shockey Foster's there. Lamont Roach is there. But I'm not sure who some of the other champs are. I thought Ray Vargas, I thought he was there. But somebody said Brandon Figueroa and Stephen Fulton's supposed to be fighting for the 130 belt. We'll see what's going on with there. Hey, y'all, make sure you smash that like button when you come in. Definitely appreciate the love and support. And shout out to boxing, man. It's been a good year of boxing. I mean, I feel like the last 2 years have been good, and it just keeps getting better and better. So I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Yeah, let's take a look at. Oh shoot, I went too far. Yeah, let's take a look at the rankings at 130. Super featherweight. And just look, man. Obviously, it's not gonna be updated. Ray Ford probably won't be in there right now. But I'm sure he'll be in there very soon. But we'll just see who could be his potential fight, man. So yeah, this is the ring. So this would be like, I guess, the top dudes. So we got Navarrete, Oshaki Foster, Valdez, KC, Lamont Roach, Joe Cordina, Hector Garcia, Cecil, Nunez. I'm not sure how to say that name. So yeah, Navarrete and Valdez are fighting again. Albert Bell is still there. Oh my gosh, nobody wants to fight Albert Bell. I think Ray's in the WBA with Lamont Roach as the champ. Oh, so Albert. So he might have to fight that guy next. Because I think Ray Ford's got he's got some sort of WBA strap that he just won. Christopher Diaz. Oshaki Foster's over here. I don't know how he's the number one and the champ. And Lamont Roach is doing a voluntary. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if y'all can see that. But yeah, here we are. Oh, he is ranked. Pray for it. He's ranked in the. Thought I saw his name in the IBF. No, it's not there. It must have been. Anyways, Lamont Roach, WBA is where Ray Ford will be ranked. I think he'll probably get like a top 3 spot. And he'll probably fight for that interim. And then Lamont Roach. Southpaw, okay. He stopped 8 of his opponents. Okay. I don't know. I guess we'll probably get that fight. The WA, they approved Lamont Roach moving up. So I guess it is what it is. I guess we're getting that fight then, man. All right, we'll see though. Ray Ford, what he does, but Ray Ford looked great. 130 definitely looks better at. I think he's gonna run the division, run it up, beat them all. But we never know. We'll see, man. But shout out to Ray Savage Ford, who's Eddie Hearn's first USA World Champion. Shout out to Troy Isley, Mega Troy, the Transformer. He had an easy win, man. I thought dude talked a big game, but he didn't show up. He didn't show up for Troy at all. Like, this dude just talked and then literally just didn't do nothing in the fight. Like, it was terrible, man. And then with the co-main event right after Abdullah Mason, I'm pretty sure. So, like, just the high from the Abdullah Mason, because Abdullah Mason fight might win round of the year. That first round, yeah, that first round, because there was 4 droppages in that round, so they might win it round of the year. So you go from round of the year to 12 rounder where Buddy didn't fight for 11 rounds, and then he tries to fight for the 12. Like, what are you doing, man? He literally just came to collect the check. Like, that was bad. But Trey Osley wins easy, and now we got to look at who's next on the docket for Troy Osley, because the middleweight division, in my opinion, is thin. But there's still some interesting fight for Osley, man. You know, he can definitely get into the ring with some dudes who can definitely cause some trouble, because, you know, Hamza Shiraz, he's one of them ones, so the ring is vacant. Johnny Beck is number 1 in the ring. Hamza Shiraz number 2. Carlos Adames number 3. Lara number 4. Eubank Jr. number 5 in the ring. There's Troy Osley at number 9 in the ring. I think Troy Osley's in the WBO. He's number 10 in the BO. He'll probably move up now with that win. Hamza Shiraz is over there. He's rated in a number of them. Troy Osley also in a number of them. Yeah, there's some names. Shout out to Jaquan. He rated up there too in the middleweight. Yeah, Shane Mosley Jr., Chris Eubank. Are we saying that's too early for Troy Osley? Maybe Liam Smith, maybe. I think Michael Zarafa is gonna fight Tim Tszyu. Man, it's tough. It's tough to figure out a fight. Vito Melnecki Jr. is at 160. I think Jahad Tucker is also at 162. Denzel Bentley, maybe? Nah, I think Shane Mosley Jr. is a good fight for Troy. do. I like the name. Shane Mosley Jr. You know? But I'm not sure, man. Troy Ozzy looked really good. He looked dominant. No, I didn't think that he lost a moment in the fight until the last round when this guy just started to fight all of a sudden. You know, it was weird. But I guess we just gotta take it for what it is, man. I mean, this dude talked a good game, showed up, and then didn't really fight. But I don't know, man. What could you do? What could you do? This is how boxing goes sometimes. But like, we had a good night of boxing, so it didn't really dumb down the show because the whole event was good. Shout out to Norfolk, Virginia. They showed out, man. They definitely came and showed up and showed out for Keyshawn. And yeah, man, I'm sure he'll get some more shows there. And obviously, Troy Ozzy can co-headline with him. Because Troy's going to get some bigger fights moving forward. He should. He deserves it. You know, start giving that man some names. You know, Troy Ozzy, he wants to be champ. I know he wants to be champ. So they got to start feeding him some championship level people. Shout out Ammo, Austin Williams. He returns. And he got that KO, man. Shout out to Ammo, bro. He was in the pocket, just letting loose. I was glad he wasn't doing that Tigger stuff that he was doing against Shiraz. Nah, man, he was full Ammo in this fight. Staying in the pocket, letting loose, throwing punches like crazy. He did a good job, man. I'm happy for Ammo. He got back in the ring, back to his winning ways. Got a stoppage. You know, hopefully he's past that Hamza Shiraz fight, and now he's on to bigger and better things. You know, shout out to him. He got to go get his get back, but let's get some wins under the belt first. Let's get some things going. You know, shout out to him. Ammo, I got nothing bad to say about his performance, man. He did what he had to do. He looked good. Yeah, he got hit a few times, but the shots he was landing were huge, man. He had dude out on his feet like a couple times, I felt. So shout out to that guy for taking those shots because it looked intense, man. But Ammo Williams, man, definitely back in action. And I think you could see going forward, Eddie Hearn gonna use these guys as his undercard. Shout out to Ernesto Mercado. His opponent missed weight. And I'm pretty sure for him, he would have fought that dude either way. But that was Eddie Hearn stepping in, probably saying, "Nah, we ain't fighting. We're not risking it." You know, I seen this story. So Ernesto Mercado, y'all gonna have to see that 140 dark horse another day, man. Remember, I've been saying it. He the one at 140. I believe it, man. Ernesto Mercado is that dude. He's definitely going to stop some dudes at 140. And I can't wait, man. Because that kid is really, really pouty. He's being avoided, man. Ernesto Mercado. Y'all got to go figure him out, man. But yeah, I'm going to try to go get some sleep, man. Try to get rid of this sickness. Again, shout out to my wife. Happy 6th year wedding anniversary. I love you. Yeah, it was a good weekend, man. Everybody smash the like button. Tune in for another one. Hopefully I can get another one in this week. As we know, the big fight's going down for Melinda Watpool, Canada's very own. She's going to fight Shadeja Green on that Jake Paul card at the end of the week. Oh, man, I took it down. I had the thing up here. But, yeah, she's going to definitely fight for that WBO super middleweight title. Shout out to her on that big card on a historic night. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. You know, she's fighting with Katie Taylor and Amanda Seriano are fighting. Man, that card, Netflix. It's big for boxing. Big.
Inside my heart, I want the fighters.
Yes.
I want to see the fighters.
We all want to see the fighters. But, yeah, you guys know how I feel. If you don't know how I feel, I'll be talking about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson later on in the week. Give y'all my take on it. Hear y'all takes on it. But I'm about to head on out, man. Get some sleep. Try to get rid of this cold. Man, the weather's just been up and down. It's ridiculous. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Smash the like button, share, subscribe. I'll be back soon. Peace.